Hey everybody, welcome back to Rebootleggers. This is a comedy podcast about movies and TV shows, sometimes books. I think we did a video game once. You know, nothing is off limits. We are coming for everything. I'm Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Serra.
I'm Rebecca Frost.
Today we're doing another one of our patented speed boots. This is Rebecca's first speed boot, and she's gonna really you gotta buckle up.
I'm nervous. I'm not even warmed up or woke up.
Do boats have seatbelts? I think they don't.
I think the really
Boats have
fast
seat
ones
belts.
do.
Boats
Yeah,
have
they definitely do because you don't want to. Well, but
But if you have it, like in a car, it's because the car's not going to go underwater. But the boat, it will.
Hey,
like-
Frank. Hey, Frank. Quick question. How did you get there?
yeah, cars could go underwater. Like if you drove it across a
Right,
bridge.
but like 90% of the time, I think a car won't go in the water.
Also, that's not why cars have seatbelts. They didn't put seatbelts. They didn't go.
Well,
Well,
it's-
this is never
it's-
going to go underwater, so let's put seatbelts.
I
in.
understand. I understand the mechanics, I think. But it's like if you're wearing a seatbelt on a boat and you get into a crash big enough to need a seatbelt, I think it means you're going to get pulled to the underdeep and die.
Did I miss a segue?
No, Frank just because speed boot. See, it sounds like boat.
Boat.
I thought you were just looking at
Seatbelt.
Speed 2 cruise control.
Here's the thing about cruise control. He could have just used that in the first one, right? Or do buses not have that? I guess turning is a thing. I've never seen Speed, but Frank, why don't you give us?
You've never seen Speed?
Frank, why don't you give the audience and Rebecca just a quick intro to what a speed boot entails?
We choose a person and we go down their filmography chronologically, slamming out
Ugh.
a rapid fire series of reboots.
Rapid fire, slamming out, huh?
We're gonna slam them out.
Oh, ugh.
I didn't know that was a direction that one could slam,
It has to be insistent and firm.
Yikes.
like
Okay.
with purpose.
Some boats have seatbelts. Google has covered me.
I
You
think,
think we would have talked about this in the Sailor Moon reboot?
yeah, for real. Well, I don't know that sailboats have seatbelts. Those aren't going fast enough. I mean,
They could.
maybe if you get a real strong.
In general, if you have a flotation device like a vest, you are considered not to need a seatbelt per se.
So then does that translate to cars? Like if I wear a life vest in a car, am I okay?
I think only if you wear something that makes you lighter than air, then yes. If you can wear a vest that has like enough helium in it that if you get thrown from the car, you will float up and out away from it, then I think you're good.
Okay.
Perhaps a bubble shield of some kind.
The bubble shield. Frank, who are we speed booting today? Who's the
We're
mark?
gonna do Sandra Bullock today.
American Treasure. American? She Canadian? Is she American?
She is
I'm gonna assume.
She's American. She's American.
She's American.
I
Ryan
scrolled
Reynolds
up on
is
Wikipedia.
Canadian.
Yeah,
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds
Reynolds
is
is Canadian, and we will talk about the proposal in a second.
What
Everyone,
a funny
calm down.
twist. What a funny twist of real life, because in the movie, he's
It's the
not
opposite.
that, and she is.
Wacky.
But that's 2009. We got to start all the way up in 1980 something.
87.
1987. Do you want to start with Hangmen?
Let's start with Hangmen.
This is a 1987 American action thriller marked by the acting debut of actress Sandra Bullock. So with Hangmen, it's
It's a very fierce and ferocious game of that game, Hangman.
so that we take the Hangman, turn into Hangmen. Where now there are
So we're going
multiple-
back to Ready or Not.
This does take place in the Ready or Not universe, and there are multiple stickman's life at risk here. And if you fuck up, then a noose comes out in the real world and just grabs a person.
Oh, so this is a we're all trapped in the video game kind of movie.
Well, I think it's just a Ready or Not type thing where if you the game will kill the real people, or you saying,
Zozo gets the noose around you when
Zozo
you're
gets the
wrong.
news around you and then makes your friends play Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh, that's kind of like that Truth or Dare movie that just came out.
How does that one go?
Summer.
Is Zozo
Play
in that one?
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it, but you play Truth or Dare and you die.
Oh. Okay, so Zozo's putting nooses and making. See, here's the thing. What Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune is the game show that I'm trying to talk about. That's just fucking Hangman without the hangman, right?
I
guess
Money is a noose. Money is a noose.
I guess we put Pat Sajak.
Money is a noose.
I guess Pat Sajak is Zozo in Hangman.
But all the words, it's like, well, Hangman. I mean, Wheel of Fortune has like phrases where Hangman is technically just a single word.
No, Hangman could be phrases. Hangman could be whatever you want it to be.
Hangman could be goddamn numbers if you really want
All right,
it to be.
so it's like,
numbers.
But it's like is Zozo rigging the game? Are these full sentences in like old German?
Maybe. I think that's...
Ooh, like old Latin.
Yeah. E pluribus
Yeah,
unum.
I mean, German was fine, but sure, Latin, yeah, fuck me.
Well, it could be...
Sorry, Frank.
It was an and, not an instead.
But it's just like, because with Hangman...
I'm just saying, like,
with Wheel of Fortune, they make you say it out
demonic
loud.
Languages are like in Latin, right?
Oh, it's in
Not
like the
German.
Eldritch tongue.
Well, I mean, like Faust was German.
It's in
but, like,
no, it's in the demonic tongue with like different words. That's
but then
only
you
when he
can't. You can't. So everyone loses instantly because no one can
well,
even
not
say the
every
name of a
time.
demonic letter.
It's just on the table because
Like,
Zozo.
can I get a
sometimes- Yeah, sometimes.
And then there's
Zozo
3 of
cheats.
those.
Sometimes Zozo cheats. All right, fuck this. I want to move on to love potion number 9.
Yeah, do I need to be running a timer?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Love potion.
In fact,
number
it would
9.
hurt us.
Guys, what about love potion number 9? What about the other 8 love potions? What did they do? Did they work? Does number 9 work?
What is the history
I'm checking
of,
the
like-
plot because I haven't seen this one. Let's see if it works.
It's a rom-com. I think it's about a guy who makes a love potion and then puts it on a lady, and then she falls in love with him, and then if I had to guess, she'll realize.
Guys, it's a song. It's a song
What?
by The Searchers. Ooh, bad lyrics. I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know, that gypsy with the gold capped tooth. She's
Oh,
got
I
a
know her,
pad
yeah.
down on 34th and Vine selling little bottles of love potion number 9. Mm-hmm. I told her I was a flop with chicks, been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink and said, I'm going to make it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine. It looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, closed my eyes, and I took a drink.
Oh, idiot.
Oh my God.
You guys have heard this song before, though, right?
I've
Like,
never heard this
No.
song.
Love potion number 9.
I didn't know if it was day or
never
night.
heard
I
it
started
before.
kissing everything in sight, but when I kissed a cop down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of love potion number 9.
Well, he already drank it. Why did he have... Wait, does that mean his wiener? Because he already drank it.
no.
Why does he
What?
still have
No,
it on him?
what?
Why does he still have it on him? He already drank it.
He probably had extra.
And then the cop breaks his bottle.
Well, so the movie Love Potion number 9, Scott, answers your question. The plot of the movie features Love Potion number 8 and its negative side effects. Then at the end of the movie, they invent Love Potion number 9, which is like, the love potion.
So in ours...
Love Potion number 8 in the movie is like that one Rick and Morty episode where like
Too many
fall in
people love him.
but then you get like aggressive and go up to 11.
So most of the movie is about number 8? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's disappointing.
Sandra Bullock plays the doctor that the protagonist uses the love potion on like first or whatever.
Yeah, what a dick. I think in our reboot, we're just gonna go through all 8. And
Is this a mini series on HBO?
oh, it's an anthology series for sure. Where it's just like different actors, different story each time, just a different love potion each time. That's the one. All right, what's up next?
And Love Potion number 1?
Oh, we're gonna go
just-
through all of them.
No. Love Potion number 1 is just wine. I wanted to make that joke.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have to immediately shit on that.
I laughed at it.
Forget it.
Up next.
What do you want to? What's on your list, Rebecca? What's on the?
I don't know. I don't know where you guys are looking. I'm just on Wikipedia.
We're also
Yeah,
on
sorted
Wikipedia on her
chronologically.
filmography. We just did Love Potion number 9 from 1992.
Yeah, and after that is The Vanishing?
Well, we don't have to
that-
go directly in order. You can
I
jump
don't-
forward.
Well, we said it.
I don't know.
Okay, The Vanishing.
Jeff Bridges is a chemistry professor who has the perfect method to perform kidnappings.
Oh,
He is so dedicated that his wife and daughter begin to believe that rather than being a criminal, he is simply having an affair.
is the perfect method not just a large burlap sack?
You tell me, Scott. How's it been working for you?
Yeah, I'm not sure where we're going here.
I mean, I've never tried it. It seems like we've. I don't see anything that could be better than a large burlap sack. They do it in
What
Guardians
about
of the Galaxy.
what about a large white windowless van?
Any FBI agents will note that I am not taking part.
Let me just move my post-it note
Kiefer
real
Sutherland
quick.
plays Jeff Harriman, a man on vacation with his girlfriend Diane, Sandra Bullock, who is kidnapped without a trace at a gas station.
No
Oh,
trace.
this is
3
just
years,
taken.
Kiefer Sutherland, is obsessed with finding out what happened, as Jeff Bridges purposely taunts him with clues and hints and like tortures him and junk like that.
Oh. That's mean.
It's like you're so close to finding her, and then he like moves to a different state and stuff like that.
Sucker.
And the movie is 100 minutes.
So this movie's called The Vanishing. I think it's about people.
Vans.
People,
Yeah.
people just turn invisible, but they're still around. They're still there.
Okay.
They're just invisible, and you can't see them.
Is it like a mystery? Do they want to become visible again?
I don't know.
Is it a disease?
It's a new plague where suddenly you're invisible, and but like you can still talk to people and interact with things. You're just suddenly invisible now, and then the writers' room takes it from there.
Oh, so we're gonna ship this out to Rebootleggers Corporate.
This is a speed boot, Frank. I'm not doing the whole movie. I want to hear Rebecca's idea for Demolition Man.
Okay, so it's a guy and he works on a construction site, and it's all about his dedication to the job of demolishing
Demolishing.
things. Yep. Demolishing things.
Is it still the future?
Nope, it's present day.
Okay.
What kind of demo is he traditional? Like, is this like? Just
Well, is he
HD
listening?
Is this like what? Is he listening?
What kind of demo is he listening?
Yeah, is this like HDTV? Just the guy who comes in to wreck up your cabinets, or
They just
Oh, I like that.
the Property Brothers are like, hey, we don't like it's just one guy with a big hammer.
we
And
gotta
the
bring in
Property
the
Brothers are like,
Demolition Man? Yeah.
yo, Hammer Kev, we need you. Because his name is Hammer Kevin.
Hammer Kev. Yeah, I
Or
like
maybe it's
that.
Kevin Hammer, because that's good.
The Demolition.
They call me
Man.
the Hammer.
And he shows up with a big hammer, and he just goes to town.
on your house.
Oh, yeah, only if you ask him.
But in the middle of a demolishing, he discovers a terrible secret about one of the Property Brothers.
And then he gets bit by like a radioactive hammer, and then he.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he gets bit by a property brother and becomes one.
No, that's better. He gets bit by a property brother, and he has to find the cure before he becomes the third property brother.
What are the two property brother? Like, one of them is a realtor and the other one is a construction guy, isn't that it?
Yeah.
I thought they were both realtors.
No, one of them's like a construction guy and the other one's a realtor.
Yeah, that's right. A licensed contractor. According to the copy for the show.
Good for them.
It's very important.
You gotta be licensed, Frank. Otherwise,
Is Hammer Kevin licensed? A licensed demo man, or is he just the best?
both.
Both. Okay.
Maybe he's the only licensed demo man. Like everybody else is like, yeah, I'm just a contractor and I do demolition.
Oh,
and he's like,
he's the only demolition artist.
oh,
Demolition is not just breaking things, and Hammer Kevin will show you why.
It's not a science, it's an art.
the things
Yeah.
he does with a hammer blow your mind. Woo-hoo. All right, cool.
He'll hammer you. That's the tagline.
So I want to talk about the 1993 classic film Wrestling Ernest Hemingway, and I think the first one had
Got it.
not
You already did
even.
That's the title.
Why?
What?
Tagline: Get in the ring, and we're done. We're good.
That's,
Wrestle him.
wrestle. That's the tagline, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is going to be like a WWE Raw style wrestling match where you do wrestle. I think you have to wrestle all his characters and then you get to wrestle him. It's like a tournament. So you're going to wrestle
Who are other authors in the same like?
Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman. Yeah. So first up is like, I'm the old man from the sea.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking
And
of.
you
Also
just gotta
the fish.
pound him into the dirt.
He's got his weapon of choice is a giant marlin that he slaps you with.
I was gonna say harpoon, but that actually works.
No,
Oh my god,
got
you
the
guys!
fish.
The tagline. Boxing gloves. never for sale, never worn.
Perfect.
That's very good. That's very good. All right, I'm not touching any more. Let's go to the very next year. Speed.
Speed. It's a movie about this concept of a podcast.
You want to go documentary?
Yeah, and
About-
it's about the speedboot.
Speed
About
won
the
the Academy Award for Best Sound Mixing in 1995.
Hey, somebody had to.
I have to rewatch this movie and only pay attention to the sound mixing.
You got to get yourself a Dolby Atmos first, really.
Yeah, I need to get that 7.1 surround.
7 whole speakers in that little room you got there. But no, so Rebecca wants to make a movie about us?
Yeah,
No, I thought it was a documentary about things that go fast.
No, about the speedboot.
about the speedboot.
About the speed boot. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're assuming that the speedboot concept is going to get so big that that movie needs to be made about it.
Yeah.
So there's slow panning shots of us as Werner Herzog talks about kind of our childhoods, how we became the way we were.
Can we get him? He's doing Star Wars right now. I think he
does.
might be busy.
Well, he used to do some comedy stuff. He was in the Boondocks.
Yeah,
I think he's open to it.
He said he wanted to do Star Wars because he had no idea what it was and was like, I guess his character, he was scared by it.
So then real quick, here's the big question. Who would you get to play you in a movie about this?
Me, obviously.
Well, so if it is a documentary, then there's no playing.
Okay. Obviously, we'd all prefer to play ourselves, but I want to know if.
Well, no, but I think I want to. If this is an actual documentary, there's no actors at all. It's a documentary.
What about the recreations?
Now it's just based on a true story, Frank. Now who's playing
Now
you?
it's a based on a true story dramatization.
Yeah, now who's playing you?
Wait. Is it based on a true story, or is it one of those inspired by ones where
Yes.
nothing in it actually happened?
Correct.
Those are two different things. That give you two options.
Yes, all of the above.
Yes. Who's playing you, Frank?
Oh my god.
Or should we cast each other? For who's playing me?
Oh boy.
It's less insulting to cast ourselves, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Jack Black.
For you.
For me.
Okay.
He's much too short to be you.
I'm gonna get Taron Killam.
Oh, there you go. I'll probably get Florence Pugh. I don't know how to say her last name. Pugh.
P.
Florence Pugh.
Pug. Poof.
Yeah. Yep. Florence
Yeah,
Pug.
I could see that. Florence Pug.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised you didn't just say Brie Larson in High Road Us All.
Fuck.
We can edit it in. Just say Brie Larson now.
Brie Larson.
Oh, okay. Next up, while you were sleeping, guys, this is a Bill Pullman
2 hours of TV static.
because it's just 2 hours of the DVD opening menu.
While you were sleeping.
Yeah. No, I think this movie.
The end credits are just the words "Good morning."
Yeah. No. Yeah. So I think that this movie needs to be about things that actually happen while you're sleeping instead of just a line at the end of the movie. But I do want Bill Pullman still in it. I think maybe while you were sleeping, I don't know. So it's now it's actually just a story of the elves and the shoemaker, and it's about hey, while you were sleeping, we finished your shoes.
It's just a series of like a guy wakes up and there's notes on his counter, just like, "Hey, while you were sleeping."
Oh, that's pretty good. The character
Janine called. She wants.
Well, Frank, now
talk to you.
Frank, now it's like a heart-wrenching tale about a husband and wife who have become estranged and only communicate to each other through Post-it notes.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a little too real. That's like my parents' marriage.
This is
Oh, okay, I'm backing
dangerously
it up.
close to
I'm back-
becoming the lake house, so I'm gonna need us to come up with a different idea.
Well, it's about elves making shoes. Then
there we go.
moving on.
To If by Sea.
Yeah, this is a movie about the American Revolutionary War. Obviously.
Next.
Next.
Except now it's about the secret one, and that's all I'll say
secret
about that.
one.
That's all. The invisible one, I mean.
The invisible one.
Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Are we doing Speed 2 Cruise Control?
Speed 2, Cruise Control. This is part 2, after we've all been indicted by various federal agencies, some of us for kidnapping, but not me. Then this is the follow-up, Where Are They Now, kind of like a VH1 special.
See, and I kind of feel like Tom Cruise has come in at some point like trying to take over our shit, and that's why it's called cruise control.
This is our vision board for the success of Rebootleggers. This is the equivalent of the McElroys calling their shot about Trolls 2. Ours is Tom Cruise is going to try to steal our shit. Okay, that's good. Moving on. Making sandwiches. That one is just going to be a pleasant... It's just going to be 90 minutes of Sandra Bullock, Meryl Streep, and Betty White just making sandwiches and just talking.
It is a short film.
You didn't even want to touch Hope Floats?
I was also surprised at that.
Okay, well, I was trying to just jump ahead because there's so many. I figured we had to skip some. But yeah, what do you got for Hope Floats, Rebecca?
It's about a parade.
And is Hope? Who's Hope?
That's it.
Okay. I'm so glad we backtracked.
Practical magic.
Oh, practical magic. Now this,
magic,
of course,
magic for the sensible man.
These are illusions. They're talking about stage magic. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it is important that we do explain impractical magic so that we know. Like this is what's an example of impractical magic?
Oh, like so I made a sandwich with magic, but it has nothing but glass in it.
Yeah, like why
impractical.
Would you want this? I can't use this. I can't use this glass sandwich, Rebecca. That's impractical. So it's all about just, regular magic for the regular man or woman who wants to, oh, this is that movie about the witch curse and stuff. Yeah, I've seen this movie. It's a magic reality show where we find people who have become too concerned with they're just so focused on making weird spells and magic they have to have someone come in and realign, how somebody comes in and fixes your restaurant. This guy comes in and fixes your magic and he's like, look, this is super
so this is it's Gordon Ramsay's magic nightmares.
Yeah, with Sandra Bullock.
Your chanting is all off.
Hell's Coven.
This is an oval, not a magic circle.
Hell's Coven is very good.
You're not using iodized salt in your circle. Perfect. Also, apparently Sheryl Crow did a lot of work on the soundtrack, so she's back.
Oh, she's back. You know she's back. All right. Do we talk about the Prince of Egypt or do we not talk about the Prince of Egypt?
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. You leave it as it is.
Leave it as it is. Can't touch it. Now, 28 Days. Now, this is about...
Zombies.
Yes, this is 28 Days Later while... Oh, shit.
This is the prequel for 28 Days Later.
No, this is while Cillian Murphy was sleeping. Because 28 Days Later wakes up... He wakes up 28 days later after the thing, after the outbreak. So 28 Days is that story of what happened during that 28 days.
While you were sleeping, 28 days.
Yeah, while you, Cillian Murphy, were sleeping, 28 days happened.
Murder by numbers.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like, those coloring things where you color in by the numbers?
Mm-hmm. This is a Zozo. Is this also a Zozo?
It's like that, but with murder.
Okay, so
giant
it's a
numbers
picture,
crush people?
It's a picture of an elephant, and on his trunk it says, kill your neighbor.
Oh, so
what color is that?
And then when they do it, it, fills in the color.
Oh.
And then, the ear lights up, and it says, Murder Debbie.
Mm. Just do the
Debbie,
murder.
no!
Just do the murder, guy. I was thinking it was it's like a step-by-step instruction for murder.
Oh, like a WikiHow?
This is how you do the murder. Murder by numbers. Yeah, it's got. I think this one has to be like a comedy where it's like murder for dummies, or it's just like someone can they kill people with giant numbers, just like physically.
So you want to do a number.
Like a British absurdist kind of thing where this guy who's just a regular schlub is mad at his boss at work or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm just gonna fucking do it. That's and he finds a book that's called How to Commit a Murder Well, and then he's just reading it, and he puts Post-it notes in it and junk like that.
Yeah.
And it's first buy a murder weapon. And then he goes to the store and he's holding a knife in one hand and a big hammer in the other, and he can't decide. And a passerby asks him what's going on, and it's all very farcical.
Mm-hmm. I like this. I would watch this.
This sounds funny. And that's unusual for us to make something we'd want to watch, and I like it.
You know what? I watched the first season of The Big Sick, and I think Rupert Grint could pull off being this dude.
I think there's a different title for that movie because The Big Sick is the Kumail Nanjiani movie.
Kumail Nanjiani, Sick Note on Netflix.
Sick Note. Rupert. Okay, what's the Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood about now?
I don't know. It's a book my mom read.
There's divine secrets in there. Are they summoning a deity?
What is the Yaya Sisterhood? Do they use practical or impractical magic?
These are the questions.
It is a secret order of women who have all taken a blood oath of undying loyalty to one another.
Whoa. So do you get to like call in the blood oath favors? You're like, hey, I'm trying to do that right now. You're like,
but where are the traveling pants?
I also
are these rival secret organizations?
There's two different sisterhoods. Yeah, the Yayas fight the pants. Now, Frank, and I, as we both know, I'm not actively opposed to the sisterhood, but I do not agree with their methods. With their, I don't agree with their ideology. These pants stay with me, and so I just need that on record. Like, I'm happy to do this movie with you guys, but it is against my own personal beliefs. I have nothing against them, and I wish them well, but they may not come from my pants. So that just needs to get out there. Now, how do they fight? So does the Yaya Sisterhood, are they someone that I would get on board with, where they're all about keeping pants, keep pants on the butt. Do not share pants. And that's why they're fighting the sisterhood of traveling pants.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want to share traveling traveling magical pants?
Yeah, what do the traveling pants do? From what I remember,
I'm just picturing a pair of pants with like a suitcase and a hat, and it's just like waiting for a train.
Yeah, like a big straw hat.
You pick up the train station on Tuesday? Fuck, I got a doctor's appointment.
Why are these pants traveling so much?
Where is it going?
Okay, this isn't even a Sandra Bullock movie, but now I think we need to save this. We need to do a reboot of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. We need to give this a full reboot. I got ideas for this.
Yep.
We can make Yaya Sisterhood part of the Traveling Pants universe.
Yeah.
Obviously.
The Sisterhoodiverse.
Hoodiverse is good. The Sisterhood of Sisterhoods universe.
So in 2004, Crash won for Best Picture.
Best Picture. What did they crash in this movie? A boat?
I couldn't tell you.
Did they crash Sandra Bullock? It turns out it's just a car. It's a minor collision with a car.
All I know is that there's racism.
And that's why it's won Best Picture.
Probably.
So does our reboot not have racism?
So Crash was inspired by a real life incident in which a Porsche was carjacked in 1991 outside a video store.
So now they steal. I mean, there's no video stores now. So like, how could we do this?
Netflix headquarters?
A vape store?
A jewel factory?
Ah.
Where the kids are out there jeweling constantly?
Oh, the vaping company.
Yeah, Jewel.
Not like actual jewels.
No, that's jewelry. Juul.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
You're thinking of jewelry.
Well, that still applies to vaping, right? A jewelry is like the equipment.
Yeah, wouldn't that be called jewelry? Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't it absolutely be called jewelry? Holy shit. Why is it not called jewelry? Like, oh, look at that teen with all his
jewelry.
With all this jewelry. He's got like 8 vape pens.
This movie has a lot of people in it.
Rebecca,
put all your jewelry in the bag.
What all do you need to be jeweling? Just the pen and the pod?
I imagine there's a lot of accessories.
You gotta charge it. So you gotta have a charger.
Oh, a charger.
You know how by the early 2000s, you didn't just own a Game Boy, you owned the 17 things that plugged into the Game Boy?
I know all my friends did. I wasn't allowed to own any handheld
That's
video
what jeweling
games.
is going to be in like 8 more years.
So you're going to have your special light attachment
you're gonna
so
look
you can
like
see
a one-man street band of just
foggy, just cloudy jams.
You're going to have foot pedals. You're going to have like a string on your shoulder you pull.
For some reason, every time I think of like a vape pen, all I ever think about is, do you know those huge those like, oh, they're not like oversized to the point of like cartoon, like they're not as big as my head, but it's just like a pen that's too big because it's like mostly clear, but it has flashing lights in it. That's all I can think about whenever I think of vape pens.
What?
I just assume that they're all very
like the novelty pens that are like, oh, there's like a flashlight inside the body of the pen, and so the pen is like slightly too big to be comfortable.
Yeah, but it's not even a flashlight. It's just like red and blue flashing LEDs, and it's got like a Bank of America thing printed on it. Like,
and they like you can unscrew it and look at the battery. And
yes.
me and no one I've ever known has ever changed the battery.
Right? Why would you? That's what vaping is to me. It's got to be loud. Let's talk about Frank. I know.
How? Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. Why have I never seen anybody vaping through a kazoo?
I'll get on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rebecca, you gotta.
I'm sorry I'll let you down.
Rebecca, you gotta. Okay, is there anything standing between us and the lake house right now, Frank?
Never.
All right, talk to me about the lake house.
Well,
is it a house with a lake in it, or a lake with a house in it instead of on it?
Oh shit.
But where does the time travel come in?
I think
it didn't used to be in the lake.
Is it like the Lost Island where it just kind of goes wherever?
The lake house appears to whoever needs it most.
Yes.
So they so wait, but how does it work, Frank? Someone in the future sends letters to someone in the past?
It would be the shack, right? Where it's like
where God is in the shack?
Isn't that Octavia Spencer? Who is that?
Yeah, it's Octavia Spencer.
Okay. But so it's like Sandra Bullock is like the lake house's like keeper.
She's okay.
And whenever she appears as a perfectly priced Airbnb to people that don't know that they need to be in the lake house.
People from the future. So in the original movie, how far in the past does the lake house go?
It's only 2 years.
Oh, it's only a couple of years. Okay.
Because it's like a vacation house for both of them. It's not their real house.
Okay, so I want our lake house to be like the far future, flying cars and shit, and like the 1800s past. And in the far future,
we're talking warming pans for the bed.
We're talking warming pans for the bed. Speaking of, we still really got to do Blackbeard's ghost. What's going on with that? And I'm thinking, so like the lake house, so the person in the past is sending letters, but the person in the far future is sending, whatever text messaging is going to be in the far future, and the lake house just, interprets it.
Digital mind blasts.
Yeah, digital mind blasts. Now, Keanu's in this original movie, yeah?
Yeah, Keanu and Sandra Bullock.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Is there anything you want to do with that, Frank?
Not since we made Speed a documentary, no.
Oh, right. I forgot we made Speed a documentary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he would drive the bus from Speed up to the lake house. That was going to be my joke.
I did like your idea. Drive the bus.
I mean, he could. That could be like a fun callback.
That could just be a fun callback. Keanu's in it driving the bus.
He's a bus driver that for some reason gets to drive his bus whenever he wants. So he takes it on vacation to the lake house.
He's the bus driver who picks you up to go take you to the lake house.
Fuck yes.
He's also the carriage driver. Because in the past, it's the carriage driver.
Because in the past... Oh, wait. He is in both the future and the past?
He is also a guardian of the house.
Timeless. He is timeless.
All right, so Keanu and Sandra Bullock are the curators.
Oh, but Frank, here's the twist. And
they never cross paths.
Well, they never... Oh, that's... I was gonna say they're trapped by the lake house, and they're constantly trying to find someone to replace them.
Oh, it's a sinister bent.
Now it's a sinister bent.
They need to find and secure a replacement.
The lake house, for some reason, we can make up some weird like cabin in the woods dumb rule about it, where it's like it needs life energy spanning across time or something to really work.
And tricking you into churning butter means that you're the new prisoner. Or driving the bus.
I think if they just can get you, yeah.
So
I don't know.
Either churn butter or drive the bus.
Well, so do they actually get you to? Are they actually going to trap our protagonists, or do the protagonists destroy the lake house?
I think eventually they got to destroy it.
Yeah. Or is the lake house like the source? Like, do we go back to the Lost thing, and the lake house is heaven, hell, the source of all magic in the universe?
A dog's dream.
The lake house is purgatory.
It's a dog's purpose, is what it is, Frank. Purgatory.
Oh, it's part of the Dogiverse. Part of the Dogiverse.
Okay. What do you guys want to do next?
All about Steve.
All about Steve. Which Steve? Buscemi? Martin?
So, you know how it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve?
I do know that. Well, that's what I've heard.
It's Steve. It's Adam and Steve.
Oh,
and this
hell
is
yes.
all about that Steve.
All about that Steve. That's very good. So does it take place in the Garden of Eden and it turns out that it was Adam and Steve and not Adam and Eve originally?
Yes.
I love it. And Sandra Bullock can be the Eve who shows up and ruins Adam and Steve?
Yeah, and Steve's a bit of a drama queen. That's why it's all about Steve.
All about Steve. He's like, look, man, you're always... What did they... The garden sounds so boring. If I'm being perfectly
well, so that's where Steve comes in, because he tries to convince Eve to leave, and so he's like, "Here, have an apple."
Oh, I was thinking Steve was first, and then Eve showed up later, and it actually like that's the twist is like, oh, it turns out it was Adam and Steve.
Right. So it's Adam and Steve.
Oh, and then Eve shows up,
and then Eve shows up, and Steve is
trying to get
jealous.
Eve to leave constantly. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many Eve words happening. Okay. So Steve tempted Eve with the apple and not Satan?
Yeah, through time and translations, what we thought was the word Satan is actually the word Steve.
Steve is an original Aramaic name.
There's a potato bug on my desk that keeps like accidentally flipping itself over and like getting stuck on its back, and I'm like, dude, what is going on?
Aside from Kelly, I've never heard anyone else call them potato bugs. I always call them roly-polies.
I had to Google that, yeah.
Oh.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, Kelly will be glad to hear that someone else calls them that.
The proper name... Whoa. Okay. They are not roly-polies, because the picture of this potato bug that I'm looking at is fucking terrifying.
What?
Oh, yeah. Picture of a potato bug. Oh, they're like enormous grasshoppers. Like, too big.
Why have you sent this my way?
The Jerusalem cricket. What?
That is a potato bug according to the internet.
Yeah.
I understand. This is called a potato beetle.
Hello, I'm the podcast without fear, Luke.
I'm the Uncanny Ryan.
I am Kylie the Pooh-Dinger.
I am the superior Caitlin.
And I am the agitated Kyle.
And we are most of the Nerddom Podcast.
Every Friday, some variation of this group gets together and talks about all things nerd.
The newest stuff in TV, movies, comics, video games, and more.
So join us in the Dome every Friday to hear all things nerd.
From a bunch of people who are probably a bit too into it.
Part of the Hello Sweetie Podcast Network.
Let's dive back in and talk about what's next.
Blindside?
The blind side. We got to do the blind side next. Which side?
A person cannot see out of their right eye.
So it's Seabiscuit.
Was Seabiscuit blind?
Was Seabiscuit blind?
Tobey Maguire couldn't see out of one side of his eye in that movie because he did boxing too much and he got punched in the side of the head a lot.
Oh.
And that makes the entire movie Seabiscuit, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Blind Side is a movie. What if it's just a movie? So it's a person who can't see out of one side of their face, and it's just 90 minutes of them getting like hit in the side, like things hitting
What's
them.
going on
can't
over
see them
there?
coming. Yeah.
It's everything. It's the most exciting day of their life is happening, but our on-screen view is relatively bland because it's all happening to the left.
Yeah, like there's explosions and shit happening to the right, but we have no idea.
And because are they also deaf on one side?
I think blind is just blind.
Okay, they're blind on one side. That's good.
But it could tie into extremely loud and incredibly close.
Oh, yes.
We just would not know.
Yes.
Well, so my only idea so far for Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close is that that's a great title for a like documentary about like the biggest Metallica concert ever.
Oh.
Where you're at the front row and you're just like, oh my god, this is extremely loud and just right here. It's too much. It's far too much. Okay, let's do Gravity. This is the one where she gets stuck in space and then gets back out of space, right?
Spoiler alert.
Well, yes, fucking spoilers, dude.
I assumed. We spoil things all the time. This movie's 6 years old, friends.
Yeah, she was in space and then she wasn't.
And Clooney was in space with her?
Yes.
And he still is.
Yes, but he was not. He
He's-
was not stranded though, right? Only Sandra Bullock was stranded.
No, he also wasn't he? Isn't he still?
Well, I
stranded?
mean,
Was he
he's stranded because he is
now
out there
stranded.
somewhere.
he
Okay.
has stranded himself.
Somewhere.
Yeah, now it's a Fievel movie.
There.
About the.
George
Meese?
Clooney's out in space.
Sorry, did you say Clooney?
I said George Clooney.
I heard George Clooney. I wish you'd said Clooney.
Clooney.
So in Gravity now, I think that maybe is it about now?
It's nothing but like serious situations and people going, I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation.
What if it's the sequel to the movie, the original Gravity, but now because it's a hokey superhero origin where nobody had ever been exposed to so much gravity before, and now she's got so much gravity in her that she can do gravity powers.
What can you do with the gravity power, Scott?
Well, you could change your own gravity to let yourself fly. You could change other people's gravity to make them like very not move, stick to the ground.
You can do like.
You could do like a zhoo.
What if we switch the Y and the I and it's gravy tea?
Ooh.
Okay, so what's gravy tea, Frank? What is gravy tea?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's
yeah.
tea, but it's gravy.
Yeah, they go out. Sorry, what? They go out into space and they land on the moon and it's all gravy.
But what's the TI then?
That's the
T-
gravy language the gravy
tweet-
people speak.
TI is there. TI, the rapper,
T.I. is on the moon with
there.
gravy.
Gravy, capital T, capital I.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Does he have like T period, I period?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
T
can
period,
remember?
I period.
What's he
And
been
that's
in?
he's from the moon. That's where he gets his gravy
And his gravity powers.
So it turns out the moon,
and his gravity powers.
the moon's not cheese, it's gravy. We've been wrong
Yeah.
this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Cheese gravy. All right. Last on the speedboot, we got to finish with Bird Box. What are we doing with the Bird Box?
This is a tough one. Cause there is an actual bird box in the movie.
There's a box
so I can't.
of bird.
Yeah. There's like a box and they put a couple birds in it.
And what do they do with those birds when they're in the box?
They sense when the evil creature thing is around.
Oh, how do they squawk?
They go, "Hey, it's nearby."
Hey, whoa!
Hey, whoa, hey!
Hey, whoa, no, don't go that way. Oh!
Hey, slow down.
These birds sound incredibly good. Maybe this is the whole movie's from inside the bird box.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh.
There's a part where they get put in the freezer, and so I'm just imagining the scene where they're like, "Hey, someone put us in the freezer. It's getting cold in here."
Whoa. They're just like New York stereotypes.
Yes.
Okay. And that's Bird Box.
And that's Bird Box.
And that's Bird Box. And we've completed our Sandra Bullock Speedboot. Rebecca, you've done it.
That was stressful.
Was it? Well, we'll probably do another one someday. Feels good. So then
I am drenched right now.
So,
It's like I just ran a marathon.
is it from sweat?
And
Oh,
I
okay, it is
am
sweat.
not in shape.
Now here's what. So now this is the most important part of the show. What snack is Sandra Bullock? Like, what snack represents Sandra Bullock? And
Herself, because she a snack.
Yeah, but and then
Thank
also
you for putting me out of my misery.
and and then also what flavor of Mountain Dew says Sandra Bullock?
Sandra. Let's just
Sand-
Google Sandra Bullock
Mountain
Dew.
Ocean water because of sand.
Well, also
She was in Ocean's 8.
That'd be Baja Blast. Let's see.
Sandy cocktails named.
So
Sand.
I searched Sandra Bullock Mountain Dew. I got a headline that says Sandra Bullock donated $1 million to hurricane Harvey victims. ... And then you know how Google gives you like like a little, just a couple, like a sentence excerpt from the page. The last line in this excerpt is, "Would you like Mountain Dew turkey?"
Mountain Dew turkey. Is that cooking a turkey with Mountain Dew for basting?
You know, who can say?
So what's like a good Mountain Dew flavor that makes you think of like demolition?
Code. I don't want to.
Baja Blast.
Yep. You brine your turkey in a mix of equal parts Mountain Dew and water. For every liter of liquid in total, add a quarter cup of kosher salt to the brine.
Interesting.
Thanks,
and then
I hate
you
it.
make a turkey with that.
Don't love it. Let's talk. But so voltage sounds like a demolition kind of.
Ooh, there's one called Solar Flare.
What? Mountain Dew Solar
Yeah.
Flare? Are you on Mountain Dew Wiki right now?
Shut up. It's a Mountain Dew variant exclusively available in fountain machines at 7-Eleven convenience stores in the United States, Canada, and the Philippines.
Holy
Now
shit.
I've got to go to a
Now
7-Eleven.
I gotta go find. Is this current? It's Tropical Punch Mountain Dew.
Oh, this was 2015.
Still, count it. This is Sandra Bullock's flavor, Solar Flare.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
what's the snack? You can't eat Sandra Bullock
Oh.
unless you're like trying to like gain her powers. But then
Oh, hold on. A short film called Making Sandwiches?
oh yeah, it's just sandwiches. We talked about sandwiches several times because sandwiches made of glass was a thing too.
Yeah. Yep.
So just find your favorite sandwich. For Frank, it is meat sandwich.
Meat sandwich, please. That's tough though, because your boy jams on his PB&J.
I do love
Ooh.
a good PB&J. What's your J flavor though?
What's my J?
Yeah.
You can't just ask him what his J is straight up like that.
Oh boy, phrasing.
I'm a grape J kind of guy. Thanks everybody. For
Wait, what kind of J? Are you jam or jelly?
I'm a jelly guy.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
Very
I'd
good.
probably be a jam guy. I don't know. Thanks everybody for listening. This was a good speed boot. If you like the show, please give us a good rating and review on Apple Podcasts and other rating stuff. You can subscribe. Tell your friends because they'll like it if you like it, because friends all like the same things as each other. That's why you're friends. Thank you to the Hello Sweetie Podcast Network for having us on. And until next time, I'm Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Sarah.
I'm Rebecca Frost.
And Frank and Rebecca, I need our password for next week for the listeners.
Boat seatbelt.
Hey!